Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life. I'm Reverend Lee Wallach. We're here each and every morning at 8 a.m. or approximately 8 a.m., close to 8 a.m. And we talk about these things, thoughts that can change our lives. Today, my thought was about imagination. And we've forgotten to imagine, haven't we? But here's the key thing. If we can't imagine it, we can't experience it. The first part of our creative process is our ability to imagine. Without that, it's not going to happen. It's so funny that I posted that thought. Then I did my meditation group this morning at 7 a.m. And in the midst of my meditation, I was thinking about how can I what can I do to cause interaction, connection with people all over the United States? Because that's how the community agape is expanding and expanding and expanding. And so what came to me is have a community gathering, a gathering where people come together and they talk about what they get to share. We talk about what happened in the Sunday talk. And we do it for about an hour. We do it for about an hour once a week on Wednesday. So it came to me. I'm going to start an agape North Texas group at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to start an agape Eastern Standard Time at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So that would be 8:30 your time in Miami, Bennett. And then I'm going to start one that's Mountain and Pacific Time at 8:30 p.m. So that would be 7:30 and 6 p.m. So this way we have three gatherings. People from all over the country can come in. We can share together. We can commune. We can talk together. So having decided that, Spirit guided me to that, if that's what you're interested in, send me an email and I'll gladly put you on the list. We'll be starting that in January. I want to give you, the holidays are coming up. Can you imagine that? The holidays are coming up. So what I imagine it's a wonderful, intimate group. I think about 12 people in each of the areas, because I really want the ability of the group to be able to explore and expand. So if you are interested in that, and you're a part of whatever time zone I just said, send me an email. And if you go down to the description, you'll find my email is there, rev.lee@agapecsl.com. So anyway, imagination. What can you imagine today? Can you even imagine it? There are people out there wanting to be in a relationship, but they can't imagine anything but what their old relationships are like. And you know what? That won't juice you. That won't fill your energy gap. And if you can't imagine a new type of relationship, you can't possibly experience it. So you've got to step beyond this mind that boxes you in. And you've got to be able to see it as you desire it. I see Quentin's out there. I see Zoe just checked in and Sarah. So wherever you are, know that we're going to have groups that you can possibly participate. You can participate in starting in January. Just got to send me an email and what time zone you want to be a part of. I'll be talking about that more and more, so don't worry about it. But the groups will fill up. There's no question about that. And you see, I'm imagining myself becoming a better and better and better speaker and teacher. So in order to imagine that, what do I have to do? I have to become that. So like this weekend, I'm spending 4 days in 11 hours a day in class, becoming a licensed facilitator for values with Dr. John Demartini. And you say, Lee, you don't need that training. I said, I imagine myself as the best in the world. And in order to be the best in the world, you've got to learn. You've got to explore. You've got to expand. You can't make an assumption that you've already got it. Those seeking to be greater, imagine greater. And in order to imagine greater, you find people in the world who see things at a bigger level, and you tap into that energy. Doesn't that make sense? That makes so much sense to me. You tap into the energy of others. Tony Robbins talks about this all the time. You want to be like someone else or have what someone else has, model them. Find out what they're doing that works for them and see if that works for you. But here's a key thing. Don't try to be someone that you're not. Remember, I don't want to be a Tony Robbins. I don't want to be a Dr. John Demartini. I want to be the best Lee Wallach I can be. And my job is to imagine, what does Lee feel like, look like, act like, think like, speak like? And what you're seeing right now is that Lee. This is me. This is what I've imagined me to be at this time, doing what I'm doing, sharing with you. I love it. Absolutely love, 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 love it. And what's happening is that I'm going to share this with you. The more you put into the world, it'll come back to you. And you won't have an idea how a lot of it comes back. I'm finding that to be true with the emails I'm receiving from people all over the world talking about how they listen to this, they listen to that, and it helped them change their lives. You notice I didn't change their lives. They changed their lives. All I'm doing is shining a light on ideas that you can use. I'm not a great guru. There's no such thing as a great guru. There are people who shine the light. You see what's in front. You take what's seen. You use it in your life because guess what? You are the creator. Nobody else. No one else can create for you. You are the creator of your experience. No one can tell you what to experience in any moment. Only you can. You say your relationship's not good? What are you choosing to experience in that relationship? All relationships are balanced, whether you believe it or not. There's as much good or bad in any relationship. It's a matter of the perspective in which we look at it. But we're not taught that. We're taught to pursue the opioid of the masses. And I'm not talking about oxycodone. I'm talking about that you can have a life that's happy all the time. That's not possible. Because in order to experience life, there has to be contrast. Without contrast, there's no experience. So do you see how that works? So this idea, we're going to have peace on earth all the time. No such thing. Not going to happen. There has to be contrast. There's been contrast since day one. Even in the great master teachers, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, all of them, they've had contrast. Why? It's part of the human experience. And guess what? We're all human. Yeah, we're all part of the divine, but we're having a human experience, and therefore there's contrast. So I've left you with a good idea today. Imagine I don't want to say better. Imagine the greater you, the you that you desire, the you that if you woke up with, you'd say, ooh, I like that me. Can you look in the mirror today and say, I like me? That's a big thing to say. You know, to say I love you is to look in the mirror and say, I love you means I accept you. That's okay. Acceptance is great. But can you look in the mirror and say, I like you? I invite you to go to the mirror right now and check that out. Go in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and really say, I like you. And do you mean it? Do you light up when you say that? That's the key thing. You know it's right when you're juiced. Juices, your energy is coming out. And you can't wait to go further with it. I know I'm pretty excited today because I got the idea. Let's form agape groups in each of the time zones. How cool an idea. How simple is that? All of a sudden, I have this great revelation, a simple revelation, but I hadn't thought of it before. I hadn't begun to imagine it. Now that I've imagined it, you can see I am juiced about it. So if you're interested in being a part of Agape Group, send me an email, rev.lee@agapecsl.com. And I'll put your name down. We'll be starting in January. More to come on that. Hey, everybody. Imagine a greater you today and step into that person because there's no better. No one else tells you this. I love you. I accept you just like you are. I can tell you this. I don't know if I like you because I haven't met you yet. But until we do, have a great day, everybody. Aloha.